Well, hello friends, it's Wayne Polson coming to you from the living room of our home right here on Heartwood, right next door to SM Heartland. You know the shtick, don't you? Folks, I got to tell you something. My stepson Zach invited me to his house to babysit some guys that were going to install a new wood burner in his home. He'd asked me and another uncle of his if we could possibly do it for him, and we both were like, we don't know where to begin. There's so many safety things to deal with when you're running a hot stove chimney or a flue up through the floors and through the ceiling and all that stuff. And I was just thinking, man, this is going to be a nightmare for us to do this. And I think Zach just sort of figured that we weren't too eager, and he decided to contract somebody who does it professionally, and that was a wise choice, Zach. So I got the privilege of going to his house. Zach had to work the day that they were coming to install it, so I got the privilege of having to go babysit these guys. It was a crew of 3, father, son, and a helper. They've been in the business, I don't know, 30 years, roughly. I'm not sure. But they were all ready to go. At 9 o'clock in the morning they arrived, and at 11:45 they were out. It took them 2 hours and 45 minutes. And wow. What they ended up doing is putting this wood burning stove right in front of the existing fireplace, and they ran the flue up through the existing chimney. That was really simpler than I thought it was going to be. However, the process was a little bit more complicated. They knew exactly what they were going to be up against, and they just jumped in and did it, got dirty, and got the job done. So listen, I'm going to play my little typical intro here, and then I'm going to turn you over to the 15-minute video of these guys installing this stove, and I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy it. I think you will. Here we go. So they thought the firebox was brick, but it turns out to be steel. So it's pretty heavy, 3/16, maybe 1/4 inch steel. And they had to cut a hole through it to get the pipe up in there.
Because it is dirty, so before we run that liner down, I'm just going to clean all the soot off a little.
Tell me about that box again, though. You said it was pretty bad shape.
Yeah, up behind here, it's all rusted out. There's basically a hole, it's just all rotted out.
Gotcha.
Then the rest of the box is pretty good, but there was no shelf on it, so that's one of the first things to go to, the shelf behind the damper. It sees the most of it, especially with no cap. All that water's just coming down and hitting that shelf.
Is the shelf usually steel too, or is it stone?
Yeah, it's all steel.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was gone, which made it easier
to take out,
but,
yeah.
That's partially the number one reason why that damper was just completely just hanging in there, because that
Was
shelf,
it? Oh yeah.
Because that shelf wasn't there to hold it up, and yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Don't let me slow you down.
No, you're fine.
Pretty nice little feature, really.
That's one unruly serpent right there.
You got that big old spun around. Little tires. Jim, you up, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit more.
You're right there, Sky, where you just did. Right there. Yeah?
Yeah.
Probably get snips and cut part of that off.
Might prohibit draft.
Hold in there and see what happens. We'll find out pretty quick.
About how much does that weigh?
I think it's like 400, I think.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know a lot of push on my Guy, last time I cut one, I'll tell you what to do. I pushed it to the left.
Bet you are, right?
I pushed it to the left, right in the middle, and then bent it back over after I cut it.
You did what now?
Pushed it to the middle of the pipe and bent it over, and then cut it and then bent it back. Because I had the same problem. I couldn't get it.
Well, it's when I do that, then it's trying to cut vertically on it, you know what I mean? Yeah, just hang on a sec. See if you can bend it over.
I'll go get the top for it. Just tell me.
Well, he's just gonna bend it over. He said it's holding pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's just go down on the. Yeah, as I said, we can just pick it up. Well, he's going to make a double end mail here.
Yep.
So then when you go to clean the stove, you won't have to move the stove out. You can push the sleeve
Push
in
that sleeve
and then
in.
get in here to clean it.
Gotcha.
So
that's
all.
just going to allow him to like expand.
Well, to push this back.
Push that
it's
back.
It's a slip.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you won't have to pull the stove out to clean the
Gotcha.
pipe out.
Oh, I see. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that stove is what, 400 pounds?
Roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's probably it. You know, I mean, two guys. You saw two guys can move it, so.
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty.
That's gonna go up.
But you're going to have a panel, what, flush with the front of the
Yeah.
stone?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty far back already. Then you're only going to be about 3-4
Yeah.
inches away from
And like
that
I
panel.
said, I don't want to jam it in there because he needs room to get in there.
Yeah.
He's done these for quite a while now, and yeah.
Okay.
He needs the room. Plus, you know, more of this out here is the better. You're going to get more heat.
Right.
That way too.
No,
you don't want to jam it up in there.
I think it's in a good spot,
Okay.
you know, and I'll take the hit for it if he gets mad.
That hole with that ring on there, you're only gonna be able to push that back so far. If you think about that, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, right? You got this. Well, he's gonna take the plate off. Oh, he'd be able to take the plate off. That's why we make them half.
Okay.
Half. That way he
All
can
right,
take
well,
half
then-
of it off.
Then that won't matter because you can just push it out of the
Exactly.
way. Okay, well then that's
Very
fine.
good. Yeah,
It'll
that
work.
works.
All right, so that looks like front to back. It's pretty square. Okay.
Yeah, you get that squared up. It should work.
No cardboard allowed?
No cardboard, black and white newspaper only. The real inky ads is a no-no too because of the acidic value that's in the ink. You do not want to burn that in these new stoves. The old ones, yeah, you could get away with it, but none of this cardboard. I don't want you to burn any of them egg cartons or anything. The bargain hunters are great.
Bargain hunters,
Black
okay.
and white newspaper, save all them. That's good.
How about,
This kind of paper here, this
Yeah.
is good,
okay,
but no cardboard.
no cardboard.
Nope.
Well, and what's the potential hazard there?
Well, what happens is with the cardboard, if you ever burn in a burning barrel outside, you get a big ember of that goes up in and it gets lodged. And if you got a dirty chimney, that's how chimney fires start. So you don't want any of that stuff in there.
Very good. All righty, documented.
I liked it a lot actually, but so yeah. Should be. You know, kind of
Yeah.
can't really remember his name, but yeah, that's interesting.
Underneath the other piece.
What's that, buddy? No, okay. More?
You like it there? All right, I'm gonna tighten this up. What do you think?
All right, so George here, he didn't want me to use his real name, so George, tell us what the deal is now, first time burn.
Well, basically you want to start out with some slow burns, but right now I'm just going to do a draft test on the stove. But you really want to do like three low fires. You want to be able to season the brick, keep your draft around high, and this a lighter? No.
He should have a lighter here somewhere.
Here's a mat.
All right.
So basically, we're just going to do some test on it, make sure.
Okay, so he's got the
Draft over
draft
high.
open all the way, and you're gonna leave the door cracked.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
How often does he need to do this before he gets a hot fire going in there?
Well, you're going to put your paper in there, and you're going to do a bunch of small kindling pieces. You don't throw anything like that in there. You just need small little pieces.
Just
to get
small
it started.
pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot different than his fireplace because it was wide open. Where this.
Look at this thing draw, man. That is
good
great.
draw. So you got more of a controlled burn here.
Yeah, man, that's nice.
Yeah. You don't put any grate or anything in there. You burn right on the brick.
Right. Okay. So once you're done here, he can go ahead and start throwing wood in it and all of that. And
I got some small kindling fires. Yeah.
Okay.
So like I said, I'd really like him to read the book on starting fires and stuff. And I know he's done it in his fireplace, but it's a little different with a stove than airtight.
So make sure to tell Zach that directly right there.
Read that book, Zach. It's very important. I know you've burnt fires in your fireplace, but this is a little different. So please read up on that and burn it how they tell you to. It'll last you a lifetime. Thanks.
Well, friends, that's how it's done. That's how the professionals do it. Even Maverick thinks it was a great job. Zach, thanks for letting me have the opportunity to come to your house and watch these guys do what they do. It was a fun 2.5 hours, 3 hours, or whatever it was. Zach, I know that you and Kaylee and your little girl Ro are going to love that stove for a long, long time there at your house. It's going to provide years and years and years of comfort for you, I am sure. And folks, I want to hear from you. If there's anything in this video that you thought was interesting or that popped out to you, just put a comment down below. I really love to see the comments. I like to talk to people through the comments. It's the only way I communicate with anybody anymore at this lonely little place here on a hill. Just kidding, but I still like to hear from you folks. Yeah, and if you like the video, also give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. Listen, there's another thing I want to do here. There's a QR code and a Buy Me a Coffee logo coming up on the bottom of the screen just below my fat head here. And in the description below, I'll also have a link to a website called Buy Me a Coffee. It's where if you'd like to contribute to this channel, you can go to that website and you can make a private transaction there and give back to this channel. I am 69, soon to be 70. I can't wait till 70 gets here because I hate being 69 because I have to tell people I'm 69 and people laugh when I say I'm 69, if you know what I'm saying. Even my address has 69 in it and I won't give that all away, but anyway, yeah. So 70, bring it on 70. But folks, my point is this, I live on a fixed income and I want to improve my life. Even at this age, I want to make changes in my life. I want to see progress. I want to improve. And on a fixed income, it's a little bit hard to do new things sometimes. So if you want to contribute, that would really help the channel. It'll help me to make the changes necessary, maybe to improve my content, have greater outreach, and all of that stuff, folks. So yeah, so there's the QR code and there's the description link down below. But folks, that brings me to the final point here, and that is this. The world is nuts, isn't it? I mean, it is flat out bizarre, flat out crazy. It's a fog, it's a cesspool of misinformation, and it's full of hatred and all kinds of grimy, greasy, just yucky stuff. And I don't understand it. As old as I am, I've never seen anything like this. And You know, I don't want to get philosophical here, but man, it's concerning to me. But one thing I know is true: the power of love can rule over all things. It can penetrate all barriers. Folks, let's practice kindness in our lives, not just in our homes, with our families, and not just with our friends, but find somebody who you haven't gotten along with for many years, and go to that person and do something, some kind of act of kindness, an act of love for that person. Let's see if you can mend those broken bridges and get those communications going again. Folks, we need each other. Iron sharpens iron. We need strong people out there spreading this message of kindness through action so that we can conquer this dark, whatever this murky world is, we can conquer it through love. I believe that we can do that. Until we get that to happen though, folks, I'll see you in another video, hopefully soon, hopefully very soon. But you know how I roll. Over and out.